Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Kung the Bull and the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben. As always, I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And Pete.
Hello.
This is our weekly spin-off show where we delve the world of the weird and slightly trivial to and current events.
Yeah?
We bring you current events and we present them to you in a list-style format so it's easy to follow for you. And we take the piss out of them. It's called Weird News. Let's do it. Protesters throw tomato soup on Van Gogh's Sunflowers masterpiece at the National Gallery.
What dickheads.
It's like, oh man.
Why ruin something like that?
One of the activists shouted, "What's worth more, art or life?" And you're like, yes, well, life, yes, but that painting's done nothing to you.
Yeah,
Hundreds of years
there'll
old.
be no one to appreciate the painting. If we're all dead.
Yeah.
They kind of got a point.
No, let's appreciate it. There's no need to deface a work of art to get your point across.
They didn't deface it anyway.
They're defacing it.
No, there was a bit of glass, so
They
no
tried
damage
to.
got to the painting. It was just the frame.
Well, it's a good fucking job then, isn't it? Quite frankly. A National Gallery spokesperson told The Independent there is some minor damage to the frame, but the painting is unharmed. Two women wearing Just Stop Oil t-shirts entered a gallery room in Trafalgar Square at around 11 a.m. on Friday morning, the 14th of October, and threw 2 tins of Heinz beans at the painting before gluing their hands to the wall.
Soup. No, not beans.
It was 2 tins of Heinz, sorry. You say Heinz, I say beans.
There are other brands available.
There are other brands available, and Heinz aren't even the nicest.
Horrible.
They're
But
fucking rank.
And they're expensive, so, you know, these are some classy activists, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
I bet they went to fucking Waitrose before, Claire.
Yeah.
I bet these are 2 middle-class cunts who've never done anything in their fucking lives apart from ruin everyone's day.
Their husband's at work in an office earning 125,000.
But he flew there on a fucking private jet.
Yeah.
They missed a trick there, if you ask me.
Go on.
Why did they use Heinz? Why didn't they use Campbell's?
Oh.
Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't buy Campbell's soup in this country, I don't
I
know.
don't think.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Condensed, though, I don't think it'd have the same effect,
Oh,
Mike.
is it it is condensed, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's even better, though, isn't it?
It just come out like a big
Just a big
blob.
splodge of soup.
Would have been better for the frame.
Oh, shut up
Yeah.
at the frame, you.
The painting, which has an estimated value of 72.5 million and is made from oil on canvas, is protected by a glass cover, thank fuck. One of the activists, Phoebe Plummer, 21, shouted, "What's worth more, art or life? Is it worth more than food, more than justice? Are you more concerned with the protection of a painting or the protection of our planet and people?" And while I do agree she has a point, leave the fucking painting alone.
It's been effective, though, hasn't it? Because everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
And now everyone's talking about Just Stop Oil.
Well, I'm talking about it more because if I was a police officer at the time and there on that scene, I'd have probably maced her.
Would you have kicked her in the nuts?
No, I'd have just maced her while she was glued to the wall, like any good police officer
No,
should.
they did make a good mess of it though, didn't they? Like if it hadn't have had the glass,
If she'd have fucked that painting up, right, genuinely,
she'd be going to prison for a long
Could have
time.
been restored.
yeah, it could have. But look, I've been to the National Gallery. It's one of the few art galleries I've ever been to in my life. I'm not a cultured man in that respect. I don't really do art. I don't really,
What are you worrying about then?
Because I went there and I looked at that and I spent a good sort of 10 minutes looking at that painting because it's a famous fucking painting. It's up there with the Mona Lisa, Sunflowers, way back
It's as
off.
boring as the Mona Lisa. I don't like it myself.
Right? And I thought,
I
you know, I
could
spent
probably
there
do better myself.
in contemplation thinking, I'll never be able to do something like that. It's fucking amazing.
Well, he's better than me, obviously, but it's
You
not my
know,
type
it's
of art.
Van Gogh, he's a legend. He
might well be.
And it's like, if they'd have vandalised it just for the sake of making a shitty protest.
Oh, by the way, we're talking about Van Gogh. for the non-English speakers listening to us. Van Gogh is how you actually say his name. Just to get that one out there.
No, it's just me. I'm just illiterate.
No, Van Gogh is correct.
All right, fantastic.
It's Van Gogh. It's like how the Americans say it, and it's not. It's Van Gogh.
No,
I
fantastic.
think it's actually Van Gogh.
Well, more than likely.
More
yeah.
than likely. Like, if I was a police officer on the scene, I'd have gone, well, we've got to get your hands off the wall one way or the other. Get the hacksaw.
Why did they stick their hands to the wall?
Oh, because they're pricks. I understand the need to stop oil.
I just grabbed him and pulled him.
I understand it. I get what they're protesting against. I get it all. We keep fucking going for oil, and we could go down that fossil fuel route. It's going to fuck us all over.
But making everybody's life miserable in the process is not the answer.
You know what? If I was trying to enjoy a nice day at the National Gallery, some cunt
And
comes
they're making
in.
your life miserable.
When I've been at work and I've not been able to do my job properly because I've not been able to go and get fuel and things like that because there's pricks protesting outside the fuel depots and they're not getting the tankers out.
Alright,
so
well,
I
I'm on about
couldn't
this
get...
specifically, I don't know. I'm on about the...
They're blocking roads, they're stopping people getting through, and it's
Well, I
just...
don't agree with that.
It's just like people are trying to get to work. They're trying to go with their daily, day-to-day grind because
It's like
we
when
need
they
to do
stop
that. I wish I could take a day off in the week and protest. Wish I could afford to do that. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Or when they stop that train.
Yeah, I remember that when he got beat up.
But, you know, it's worked, hasn't it? So, you got to give them credit for that.
Yeah.
People are talking about it. They've done their job.
It has. I hope they knew the glass was there before they threw the soup.
I doubt they did.
I doubt they did.
Because if not, they're just twats.
Well, because it's an oil painting. That's why they were
I
making
know,
the
but
point, wasn't it?
but it's not made of fucking oil drawn at the ground. It's just paint oil. I mean,
Where do you think you get it from?
it's got oil in it, has it?
All paint
Paint?
oil in here.
No, that would have been. We're talking a couple.
Whale oil.
We're talking a couple of hundred.
Wait, we're not doing whale oil anymore.
We're talking a couple of 100-year-old paint, aren't
I
we?
just think I think it's bad taste. Is what I think it is. I think you make your point, but there's no need to necessarily vandalise something that's beloved by so many people or has that prestige.
Something that can't be replaced.
Something that can't be replaced.
Can be restored.
It's not the same then, though, is it?
Oh,
I'm playing
fuck you,
devil's
hippie.
advocate, really, but, you
Why
know.
don't they go and vandalise the oil's head
Yeah,
offices?
that's it. You go and throw some soup up fucking Shell. They've given them an office at BP.
That
Yeah.
would-
yeah.
But that wouldn't have made the news all around the world like it has.
Throw something bigger. Throw a turd.
I understand what you're saying, though.
The means justify the ends, isn't it?
The impact of it
Yeah.
has done what they wanted it to do, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
So
No, the impact of that is they just ruin my day out at the National Gallery if I'm there on my one
You've
press
been
one.
once, you look for 10 minutes.
I've been twice. I've walked around it for a couple of hours actually. I just spent 10 minutes looking at that particular painting.
we're learning a lot about Ben tonight.
Yeah. I've been to classical music concerts, my friend. I'm a man of culture. Ish. No, not really. Just I've been dragged along to these things. Although, that one I did go twice on my own accord.
I know what you're saying, no one wants to see anything like that happen, but at the end of the day, they're right. It's just going to be stood in an empty gallery, there's going to be no humans looking at it. So
And when
what's
the
point?
aliens turn up, they'll go, fuck me, them humans
Oh,
will
well
ban the
then.
paint, won't they? It's legacy, Mike. It's a legacy of the human race.
Yeah, the legacy of the human race is death,
It
isn't it?
doesn't matter. No, that is our... We
For
have,
everybody.
We at least the last human alive can turn around and go, you know what? We fucking did some nice shit. And we
Oh,
can't-
well, it's alright then.
Yeah, it is. It's our legacy.
All them
If
people
that's-
have suffered
these
and
are-
died
We
for
create works as a species.
Yeah.
And these things
We won't
last.
be creating anymore, because we'll all be dead.
Does it,
That's their point.
I know, but at least if anyone does visit us,
Who
they
gives
go,
a shit?
I do!
I'd rather be alive and say, look, that was the sunflowers, this is something we did in 2385, this is amazing too. Oh no,
That
we're
would
dead,
also
sorry.
be awesome. Who's to say we're going to die? Who's to say that in 20,000 years that picture won't still be hanging somewhere as evidence to our legacy as
We
a
might not
species?
die now because they've done that and it's more awareness.
Well, you know what? In some timeline, that has saved the human race. In one alternate timeline, that has branched off. But in this timeline, I think they're cunts.
This time on they might have saved us, so you should be
We'll never
thanking them.
know.
Well, if they do, I will. But if it doesn't, I won't. I'll just call them cunts and cut their hands off.
I'm just winding you up.
Or
Like,
potentially bash their skulls in with Lucille, depending on how far things go.
Or a seal.
No, Lucille.
No, a seal.
No, I don't use a seal.
That'd be
I was
really
a
ironic.
seal over my puffin.
Club 'em with a seal.
Oh,
Might be just ironic, wouldn't
yeah,
it?
we are
Are you going to
right.
include this in your next political speech?
No. That's why I have the podcast.
Moving on. An American tourist just smashed 2 ancient Roman statues in the Vatican after being denied permission to see the Pope. Yeah, I did hear about this.
There's vandalism going on
funny.
tonight, is
Yeah.
there?
There's another couple of priceless, no, minor figures apparently.
This doesn't bother me at all, though. This one, like, so we'd get destroyed in the Vatican.
The busted up busts were of minor figures but were nailed to the displays inside the Galleria Chiaramonte of the Museo Chiaramonte, part of the Vatican Museums.
I've been there.
On October the 5th, 2022, an American tourist visiting the Vatican was apparently so enraged that he wasn't allowed to see the Pope, he threw a tantrum and destroyed 2 2,000-year-old Roman sculptures on his way out.
This is not the weird part. I mean, yeah, I again, devastated these things have been destroyed, but it's like, man, Americans can be arrogant.
God damn, I've come all the way from America and I can't even see the
You
Pope.
telling me that Bob Roy from Chillamonte in Texas can't see the goddamn Pope?
Yeah, he's a boomer as well, of course. The tourist was reportedly
There
around
we
65 years
go.
old.
There we go.
He's a boomer, walking through a corridor that houses around 100 precious busts.
I've gone to church every Sunday and prayed and done my confessions and paid my dues every month and I can't see the Pope. What
Well, that's
bullshit
why.
is this? I'm American.
That's why, because he's been paying dues every month.
Hey, some churches, mate, if you don't pay like a tenth of your salary, they tell you not to fucking come anymore.
Mormons, good for that one.
Director of the press office for Vatican Museums, Matteo Alessandri, told CNN that the busts were affixed to shelves with a nail, but if you pull them down with force they will come off. He pulled one down and then the other, and guards came immediately and stopped him. Thankfully, the Catholic news agency reported, the Vatican said damage to the busts was not significant, but one of them may have suffered the loss of a piece of its nose.
Well, as most of these statues in the Vatican have lost their genitals, it's probably not that bad a bigger deal with the nose, is it?
He was handing over to Italian authorities. In the past, he was cited for public indecency in the United States. He was a flasher.
You could have just been done something like that, just got off on one.
Talking of flashes, my cousin in Florida man, follows my cousin's daughter home, tries the door, this is after school, right, tries the door, and then she's locked the door from the inside. He walks down the side of the car, yeah, looks around the place, drops his pants, yeah, to his ankles, and then you can only see it from his backside, so you can see his full arse and that, and his hand go towards his crotch. And then you see him just pull his pants up as a black man enters to the right of the screen, going, "What the fuck are you playing at?" And he's obviously said, "Well, I was just taking a piss." And the black man's looking on the floor, going, "What? There's no piss there, mate."
That's a genuine true story from your...
But yeah, I'll send it you on Facebook. It's my cousin, Florida man.
Why didn't you include that in this week's Weird News?
I don't know. There we go. I have.
Fair enough. I love the arrogance of this. Like, I've come all the way here and I expect to see the Pope. It's like, I'm sorry, sir, but, His Holiness has many other things to do.
Yeah,
I want to see the Pope.
He's not just a normal priest in the church that you can just go and see and confess to. And
It's
that.
like, I booked my $11 tour of the Vatican.
$11? Christ. It was 60 quid to go in the museum.
No fucking.
You got a
With a tour, yeah, 60 quid. I was also with Fast Track, because I did have to wait 3 hours in a queue. 60 quid. That
You
was
didn't get to see the
pre-COVID.
Pope for that?
No, I didn't see the Pope for that, no.
Fuck's sake.
I don't even want him to fucking lick my testicles for 60 quid.
For 60 quid,
Hey,
they would have
it's from
done.
Amsterdam.
If you discuss it as a choir boy, you'd do it for free.
Nasty.
Oh shit! Would I be the one having to lick the balls?
Well, either way, you can get a bit of a fucking reach around situation going.
Bit of trombone in.
Well, a reach around's just polite.
Polite to give it a kiss.
No, a reach around.
Moving Moving
If
on.
he's bumming you, at least he can do is wank you off. You've never heard of a reach around?
Clearly thought about this too much, hasn't he?
It's a common thing.
Right.
He gets them all the time.
Alex Jones begs for money after jury ordered him to pay families of Sandy Hook victims $965 million.
How ridiculous! How ridiculous! How can they find somebody $1 billion who hasn't got $1 billion?
Actually, he has got $1 billion. He's got 900 million in the bank, apparently.
hasn't now.
Infowars is worth 900 billion.
900 billion?
900 million, sorry. All his Infowars shit, all the money he's got
It's
in
all
his bank,
gone now, innit?
it's worth about 900 million.
No way.
Yeah, that's why he's been ordered to pay it.
See, this is why you shouldn't be deplatforming people.
Yeah.
Because we've got the courts to sort it out. If he wants to say dodgy shit, he's gonna get his arse kicked for him, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's begging for money after being ordered to cough up that big sum. Jones was hosting his Infowars show as the verdict was being read out, and he says he hopes to fight the amount through an appeal. However, he says he needs help from his followers if he's going to be able to do that. A fiery Jones got behind the mic to tell his fans the verdict was merely used as a scare tactic. He says they want to scare everyone away from freedom and scare us away from questioning what?
Uvalde?
Yeah, that was where that shooting was.
Oh,
Where the cops were stood in the corridor not doing anything. For
Oh, right, that one.
and what really happened there, or Parkland, or any other event, and guess what? We're not scared, and we're not going away, and we're not going to stop. He continued, literally for hundreds and thousands of dollars, I can keep them in court for years. I can appeal this stuff, we can stand up against the travesty, against the billions of dollars they want. It's a joke, he said. Yeah, the radio talk show host urged his fans to visit the Infowars website and purchase items and merch.
All his dodgy shit.
He's minus 900 million. That's his worth. He's minus 900 million because his actual worth before this was around 100 to 200 million. That was with all the businesses he owned and had. So, but this is my point. How can somebody sue somebody for nearly $1 billion when they're only worth 100
Well,
million?
it's not going to one person, it's going to the families of
Yeah, well,
victims.
he's
No,
saying-
but what? It doesn't matter. How can he
Yeah.
be sued for 10 times more than he's worth?
Future earnings, my friend, future earnings.
What, they're going to say he's gonna earn fucking 900 million?
They'd look at what he's earned in the last few years, do a projection of it over the next so many years, and say we're going to garnish that.
But
from
this
your
is
incomes.
going to have ruined him, so
He's
he's
already
never
been
going to
ruined by
earn
his
even
divorce.
a fraction of it.
Yeah,
Remember-
he could just go bankrupt.
He'll
then
never
and
earn a
not pay it.
fraction of that now because he'll be ruined from it.
In other words, it's getting rid of him.
Yeah,
That's
but
it,
it's just
he's doing about
ridiculous.
scare tactics, isn't he?
But
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous. I just think it's ridiculous. How can
I
you...
think it's ridiculous he spoke, it's just bullshit.
Well,
it's
he-
I think it's
ridiculous
ridiculous
that-
he refuted people died.
He argued that
So fuck him.
the Sandy Hook elementary shooting was staged and no one died. He claimed it was a fake shooting as a ploy to take away guns from Americans.
It's just pandering to the
Yeah.
NRA.
But still, to sue
Pandering to
somebody for
governments.
10 times more they're worth, it's that's just ridiculous.
Well, why give someone a 900-year sentence if they're only going to live 80?
Precisely.
But it's just literally saying, you're fucked. That's what it's doing. He's got a life financial sentence. But if he's begging his fans and die-hard listeners for money, buy stuff off my site, clearly shows he's trying to pay it off somehow.
Well, he's fucked, isn't he? He knows he's fucked. He's minus 900 million in the bank, basically.
They've had to set a bit of a precedent here, though, like a legal precedent about misinformation and shit, though, haven't they?
Yeah, that's another thing.
You know, because if we haven't had these sort of court cases before, there's got to be a first, hasn't there,
We've
as
got
well?
to be careful what
Every
we say then. Some fucker's going to try and sue me for $900 million or something stupid.
$900 million he does.
They can fucking have it if they want.
Yeah, but imagine how hurt you'd feel if your kid had died and, you know, he
And
was
he's-
fighting all that shit.
They were
not-
getting
I'm
death
not-
threats, they were, and everything from people.
I'm not disputing that whatsoever. I think the guy's a turd. I'm just saying, how can you sue somebody for more than what they're worth? It's impossible.
Well, I guess
So
it's potential earnings, like
It's
Ben
potential
said.
earnings. It's just going to garnish a percentage of what he takes from his website, which is why he's like, please buy my shit so I can pay this off faster. But it's still, he did a shitty thing.
Yeah, there's free speech, you can say what you want, but there are consequences to it, and
Well,
there should be.
yeah.
And it's not free speech anymore, is it?
Well, it is, isn't it?
It's not.
Well, it is.
You'll say it, but you've got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, that's it. So,
Yeah, but
but
saying something doesn't actually physically hurt anybody.
well, it does if people are getting death
Yeah.
threats.
I know, but sticks and stones
Okay,
may hate my
letters through the post. You liar,
No.
you fucking liar.
Alex
You
Jones
harassing
got
them.
such a following, you know, people.
What,
with,
their people have
they
like,
they
consequences
sent
of
minds
what
the
you said.
families and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
they're getting
but that's
harassed
just
and shit.
fucking stupid, thicko shit.
it is. But
Cult
you-
Yeah, but
mentality
if he hadn't
of
said
the
it in the
if you
Americans.
first
start
place-
getting hundreds of them a year, then it might grind you down a
It's
little
just cult
bit.
mentality.
If he hadn't have said it in the first place, they wouldn't have bothered him, would they?
There's no reason.
I'm not, like I say, I'm not backing him up. All I was saying was the fact of the ridiculous
No.
fines.
I know,
Yeah,
They're
it's
ridiculous.
can't-
It's silly.
Yeah.
It's
Like a
actually-
900-year sentence. It's silly. You might as well just say you're in prison until you're dead.
Or give us all your money.
Well, he's still a free man, he can do what he wants.
No, when you say you get 900-year sentence, just say, oh, well, you're in prison until you die. There's no point giving a 900-year sentence. Like, there's no point giving a bill. Someone could sue me for £1 billion. Doesn't mean they're gonna fucking get it.
No, but they'll take a little bit off your salary every month.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it's just ridiculous, isn't it?
That's why he's like, hey, come on. I mean, his income stream's reduced as it is. Basically, this is just... What that is saying your career's fucked.
100%.
Because whatever you earn from now on,
Well, I don't know about-
on your much reduced...
I don't know about bankruptcy laws. I mean, if he
no,
declares
it's
himself-
court ordered.
If he declares himself bankrupt, then
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
yeah.
It might be a way out of it.
No, maybe. That's
I don't
why you can
know.
work on appeal.
But
I don't know, but either way, I found it hilarious.
Oh, yeah. It is hilarious in lots of ways.
okay, next up.
Over 500 headless goats dumped in river could be linked to voodoo-style drug cartels, like in Predator 2, King Willie Mon.
Are they all stuffed with fucking coke or something?
I don't know, but I can tell you that over 500 headless goats dumped in Georgia's Chattahoochee River, apparently sacrificed by devotees of a voodoo-style cult called Santeria, may be linked to Mexican drug cartels.
Okay.
Voodoo and Mexicans. Doesn't go together, does it? Really? Environmentalist Jason Ulseth says in recent weeks he has seen as many as 30 headless goat corpses floating in the river at a time.
Imagine if, like, you're taking your kid down to do a bit of fishing.
Should we go feed the ducks, son? Daddy, what's that?
Oh, it'd be all bloated and nasty.
Yeah. They're doing fly fishing, so they're actually in the water.
Oh,
Bodies of goats come down. Oh my god.
Yeah, they'd be bumping off you, floating around, the blood would be everywhere. Fish would be buying them. That blood in the river.
stinking.
Farting as they kind of go past you. Oh,
Oh, the gas escaping. Oh, yeah, maggots in it.
Lovely.
Olseth estimates he's found around 500 decapitated goats in the Chattahoochee in the 4 years since his first encounter with one.
what a waste of a good wife.
You
They
say
marry
that-
him in places like that, don't they?
I
Like,
said, for God's sake, I thought for a second you were just daunting on a racist stereotype that Arabs married goats. We've incorporated some Arabs into the tale
Like
as well.
Mexicans.
The Arabic population of Mexico are executing their wives.
no, you just picture it like those kind of Amazonian rivery kind of places, and you hear these tribes that marry animals and things.
I thought
And
it was the back of Kazakhstan, Dad, where they shagged the donkeys and that.
well, they'll probably do that there as well. There's a bit of bestiality in most third worldy kind of countries, isn't there? To be
It
fair,
happens in this country as well, mate.
it does.
It
Yeah,
certainly does.
more than likely.
We look
Yeah,
at
so-
Wales.
An article about
Look at Wales. What's that?
a guy was
What are you on
shagging
about?
his dog. He was a paedophile and he got done for raping his dog as well.
Oh my god.
Fuck,
I
mate.
was going to include it in weird news, but I thought that's a bit too sick.
Well, surely,
Was
right?
he just thinking break it to us now?
Well, as we're talking about it,
Maybe he's not a paedophile. He's just a fucking pure sexual demon.
Well, you gotta
that
look at
shags
it.
any hole.
it's escalation, and like you need something more, don't you? Once you've done something for so long, you need something a bit more. It's pretty like he was looking for the next taboo to break. That's what they always say with these people.
Weird.
Like, I've broken this taboo, but that doesn't do it for me. Well, I can't get off to that. As a serial killers come in, that's why they escalate.
How did we escalate to this on this
I don't
conversation?
know. But then, so then he moved on to bestiality, which you can see might consider more taboo.
Yeah, weird.
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Poor goats.
It's me, isn't it? The bizarre occult sacrifices are even happening in broad daylight. One witness managed to capture a video of a dead goat being thrown into the river from a bridge. Footage shows the goat's body hitting the water with an enormous splash. The best theory so far is that the goats are being sacrificed by followers of Santeria, a voodoo-style cult that blends Roman Catholic beliefs with West African religion. Local police currently have no open investigations regarding the bizarre sacrifices, but Ulseth remains concerned. These goats have to come from somewhere, he says, but we haven't been able to determine who's buying the goats, who's providing the goats, or how actually they're making their way here in the river.
It's a waste of a good goat curry, is what I say.
Black market goats.
Now, it's interesting, this is Roman Catholic and West African religion, which I don't know if that classes as voodoo or not, in all fairness. Some kind of... I know there's some witch doctory style things going on out there, but...
There is.
Whether that's as voodoo or not. Yeah.
Haven't you heard about Paul Pogba, the ex-Man United player?
No.
Apparently he was using witch doctors to curse other players.
Never.
And to stay injury free. That didn't work. But, and even putting curses on international rivals. So they wouldn't take a spot.
Never.
There was a big thing in France recently.
Yeah, enough people believe this stuff. I don't know whether Roman Catholicism comes to sacrificing goats, but you'd be surprised at how many torsos they found in the Thames at one point, linked to West African and African indigenous beliefs, sacrifices of children they thought to be witches, things like that, been dismembered. Been more than a few torsos found in the Thames because of these kind of beliefs.
Strange. Right, moving on. Baffled mum sees face of Elvis Presley in McDonald's ketchup pot staring back at her.
Did he say, oh, it's, fucking Elvis.
Lisa Ringsell was tucking into her McDonald's order when she noticed the face of the iconic singer Elvis Presley at the bottom of her tomato sauce pot. But undeterred, the mum dipped her nugget in anyway.
Can you say, if that's Elvis Presley, it's the fucking Lego Elvis Presley.
I was just thinking that. Lego version.
Yeah.
Lego Elvis.
It is, isn't it?
More ketchup.
Very good. I'm all ketchup.
Terrible.
Oh, I love these pareidolia encounter things.
Lisa from Dundee said, I was just dipping my chicken nuggets into the sauce pot, and at the end I saw a tiny face staring at me who appeared to be Elvis. I looked in the pot debating if there was enough sauce to dip again, and that's when I saw him. As soon as I saw him I immediately said, "What?" and showed my partner. I said to him, "This looks like Elvis." I took the photo straight away and showed some friends. They were just laughing about it, they could see the resemblance too.
Well,
We need to get into the ins and outs of it.
no we don't, but I think...
That's it really.
Does anyone agree with me the best thing Elvis did was die?
I think he's a bit rubbish.
Not my cup of tea.
Hey.
I wished it was dead
I'm
though.
not sure. Yeah. I wish he was
Well, I say I
dead.
wished he was dead. I said it was the best thing he did in terms of his career.
He didn't try to do it, did he? He didn't, aim for it.
Well, I don't know, all the drug use and processed meats didn't help. Didn't he die taking a shit?
Yep, with a big
Eating a
burger in his
burger,
mouth,
innit?
in his hand, apparently. How
I mean-
true that is, who knows?
Yeah.
What a way
Passed
to go.
away at stool.
No one wants to pass at stall.
Definitely not. Okay, and finally, Pete.
Thieves tried to siphon gas, but they sucked out sewage by accident. Oh, that's hilarious.
Fantastic.
Right, so there may be a great many people who doubt the existence of karma, but it's difficult not to wonder when you hear stories like this. Siphoning gas from someone else's vehicle is a crime that's been going on for a long time. As long as people have had gas tanks, basically, or petrol tanks as we call them. Well, fuel tanks, because diesel as well.
That's completely correct.
Yes. It's very annoying, obviously, when it happens. So this is why people take special satisfaction from the incident in question here, where a group of thieves were trying to steal some gas in Australia. Our story begins with thieves who thought it would be a good idea to try and siphon gas from a tour bus in the middle of the night. All appeared to be going to plan for the gang of chancers, right up until the moment it went wrong. So very wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They managed to get the hose in and start sucking to bring out the gas, only to realise too late that they'd siphoned a pipe full of poo.
Oh.
They'd put it in the wrong hole. Instead of sucking gas from the bus, they'd put the bloody thing in the sewage tank instead. Yep, not nice at all.
Well, haven't we all put it in the wrong hole at least once?
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I've had. No, not that one. Oh shit, sorry.
You know, just saying.
So as yet, no suspects have been arrested, but it is safe to say their punishment is one that won't be forgotten anytime soon. Yeah.
I love the fact that the sergeant from the West Australian said, "We can infer they made a very hasty retreat with a somewhat bitter taste in their mouth."
Oh.
Yeah.
He gets a punk round.
So you just imagine that, thinking you've got the fuel tank and you like start sucking through the hose pipe, then all of a sudden...
Surely you'd smell it before it come...
Well, they obviously weren't the brightest sparks, were they? So...
No.
Bloody hell, mate. This diesel smells a bit funky. Ah, fuck it.
You're all for the Australians tonight, aren't you?
Oh, it tastes like Foster's. And on that bombshell, I've been Ben. Thanks for listening. Can you follow us on Facebook and come to the Ball and the Post with Apocalypse again, if you haven't already? Apocalypse Ball on YouTube and come to the Ball in the PTA on most podcasting platforms. You know what? Don't throw fucking soup at priceless works of art, eh?
No.
Make your point in other ways, please.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, may the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. Don't spread misinformation.
And I've been Pete. Don't suck shit through a hose pipe. That's not nice.
Or suck a golf ball through a garden hose either.